All right, it's been long enough. It's been 7 days since I posted the last one. Welcome to the Ask a Fit Show. Hey, I'm Matt from Matt Lane Fitness. If you're new here, I truly appreciate you sliding by. It means so friggin' much. And if you're a regular, welcome back, baby. You ask your fitness questions and I'll answer them. That's exactly what it is. I'm a personal trainer, registered nurse, and a behavioral change specialist. I love this stuff. Been doing it for about 13, 14 years. For some reason, I can't keep those dates straight. I want to dive into the questions because the first one's coming at you from somebody named Cheeseburger. What an awesome username, and I love you for it. Cheeseburger commented on one of my last videos, said, is it more efficient to work out in the morning or at nights? Like doing the same workout, or does it not have any effect at all? And I asked, what do you mean by more efficient? And Dibs, another dope username, said, I can't know for sure, but I suppose I'm also curious about that. And I think what he's asking is, does either give you better results? Like, do you have more energy in the morning or at night? Would your gains be greater in the morning right after you wake up or not long before you go to sleep? And what I can tell you is I found 2 studies that I'm going to list down below. Feel free to check them out. But the first one was a 2009 study that was a 10-week training program split up into AM and PM workouts. So there was 2 groups. And the morning workout was 7 to 9 a.m. The evening workout was 5 to 7 p.m. Both groups saw increased muscle mass, but the AM group had 2.7% increased muscle mass, and the evening group had 3.4%. So there's only a 0.8% difference between the groups. So the evening group did have a little bit of a difference. But one study never proves anything. You need numerous studies to sort of point the finger saying, yeah, it looks like this is pretty credible. So there was another study in 2016 that had a group of 42 young men, and they were separated into AM and PM workouts as well. This was over the course of 24 weeks, and it was only at week 13 that the evening group found that there was some increased muscle mass. But at the end of the day, what it seems to really matter is what you're going to stick to. And I did a bunch of looking around, and I found a few people saying that some of these same studies that I'm quoting here, there was almost a 50% increase in muscle mass, and maybe they know something I don't, but from these studies, I did not see that, which wouldn't make any sense. If you just worked out at night, you'd get almost 50% more muscle. It doesn't make any sense. So what matters most is what you can stick to, what you're going to continue to do. So don't worry about it. Whatever you work best at, and I've gone through phases where I do better in the mornings versus when I do better at night, but it seems like the literature may say that there is a slight advantage, and that may be because our body temperature is at its highest at 3 to 9 p.m., a few studies have said, so the core body temperature might have something to do with it. I think it's because you're more hydrated, you're now more awake, you've probably had some caffeine, your body temperature is up, but I think you're more ready to lift, you are more ready to go. Anecdotally, I can tell you I'm weaker and not as ready to go in the morning, lift and work out as I am in the afternoon. So that's just anecdotal. Some people are more in the morning people, and some people are more at night people. It's up to you. Give it a shot. What matters is what you're going to stick to. Next question. Let's dive over here to who are ya? Jake Cleveland, who left another comment, which I appreciate greatly, Jake. And Jake said, for someone who has both hip replacements, what would you suggest would be a good exercise for cardio? He said, also, I have had both shoulders replaced. So the classic term cardio, what everybody understands is doing something to elevate the heart rate. And a lot of people think it's running, walking, hiking, whatever. And that's true. That's true. Those things do elevate your heart rate. You can lift weights and it can still be technically cardio because you're elevating the heart rate. So first, Jake, I'll tell you what you enjoy is what matters. And then secondly, what you're not going to have any pain from. I did follow up with Jake and said, hey, are you having pain with any activities? And I didn't see that he responded yet, but I'll tell you this, Jake, assuming you don't have pain and assuming that you enjoy these things, these are fairly low impact. Walking is so slept on. It is so slept on. And for open heart patients in the hospital, we have them up and walking hours after they have had open heart surgery. That is for numerous body systems that we do that for, but it also helps with fat loss and all that stuff too. So walking is huge. I would then say swimming, okay, because that's great for cardio. There's almost no impact on the joints, and it's great for muscular endurance, and I think you can actually build some muscle doing it if you do it consistently enough. I think rowing is fantastic if you have a good rower. You're obviously not weight bearing. And then lastly, if you really want to get a little bit more intense, I think tennis is incredible. And I'm a little biased because not too long ago, Jenna and I went and played tennis, and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. But if you don't like those things, screw them. But hopefully some of those will help. I hope that helps, Jake. I like movies. How you doing over there? Says, hey, Matt, I have seen you say that healthy is a subjective term. That's correct. A lot of times before. But I've also seen you talk about how most conditions and diseases are self-inflicted by lifestyle and diet. So my question is, isn't there some objectivity to the word healthy? Yes. Asking to really understand the thing. Also keep the informative videos coming because we're loving it. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. So I like movies. Whenever I speak to, the term healthy, when I say that's subjective, what I really am talking about is the person I'm speaking to in the moment. Because when someone says, I want to eat healthy, what does that really mean? What is that explaining? It's not really saying anything. So if we look at the term healthy, if you just Google healthy, it basically means being in the absence of illness, right? If someone says, oh yeah, he's really healthy, I assume that person doesn't really have any problems. They're on a baseline where they don't have any problems, right? If someone is unhealthy, then typically they have comorbidities. They have medical issues that they're having to work on, and they have problems, right? I look at then, oh, that person is very fit, meaning they're above that baseline of health. They are above health. They're fit, or that person's not fit. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So ultimately, the term health is to be free of illness. But when someone just says, I want to eat healthy, that's not saying anything. And that's more the point that I'm driving home, that when someone is speaking to that, it's just not saying much. So I want people to be very particular with their words, get more specific about what they want. Because if someone comes to me and says, what's a good workout to do? I'm like, well, for what? For what reason? Like, what's your goal? What's the point? And that's the same thing with health. If you want to start eating healthy, most of the time what people mean is, I want to not have as much body fat. I want to have more muscle. I want to be able to walk up the stairs. So while those things may support health, they're not really saying they want to be healthy. They want certain attributes for their body, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean when I say that. The term health is being free from illness. But I hope that helps. I appreciate you, all four of you, commenting. It means so much to me. If you're looking for fitness plans based in behavior change and health, behavior change and science, it's exactly what I do. Check it out down below. To the Mental Fit Mafia, to the patrons, thank you so friggin' much. You're always here. It means so much to me. And to you, you don't have to be perfect at this fitness thing. Just be better than yesterday, every day.